My name is Elaine Roberts Muster, representing the No on Measure Q campaign. I never thought I would vigorously fight against a city tax measure. Prior to this, I've always tried to support local tax increases when I thought they were justified. But I cannot support Measure Q, the proposed 1% sales tax increase, and here's why. Let's take a look at the arguments the Davis City Council is offering in support of Measure Q. They are insisting, and I quote, Measure Q is critical for the health, safety, and financial stability of Davis. But Measure Q is nothing more than a band aid approach to cover over what they don't want you to see. One, uncontrolled spending on additional programs and services. Two, a complete failure to implement an economic development plan. And three, giving senior management huge raises. Let's get down to specifics here. The Davis City Council claims the city has, quote, worked diligently to manage existing resources, trimming expenses. Let's do some fact checking. The city purchased a new ladder truck for high rise buildings, even though the city has immediate access to UCD's ladder truck about a mile away. This also required hiring three additional firefighters. Then the city spent $600,000 to expand the downtown fire station to accommodate the new ladder truck, and they refurbished the kitchens of all three fire stations at a cost of over $500,000 each, kitchens that were perfectly functional. On top of that, the recent salary increases given to city senior management and firefighters have been well beyond the inflation rate and far more than comparable salaries in neighboring cities. How is that being diligent with our tax dollars? The city council promises the new tax revenues will be spent wisely. Let's do some more fact checking. The city's last audit was for the 2021 fiscal year. That's 3 years ago. The city's general fund reserve is at only 7.5%, half of what it should be. The city council made the decision to stop paying down the $42 million debt for unfunded employee benefits. At the same time, the city council is promising to expand programs and create more services with the new tax revenue. This is completely irresponsible money management. Additionally, the city council is being purposely vague in pinning down exactly what they will spend the money on. Why does the city council continue to expand programs and services or create new ones when they can't afford it? Why be purposely vague on how the tax revenue will be spent? The Davis City Council contends Measure Q will support upgrades to the city's aging infrastructure, like filling potholes and repaving streets and bike paths. Let's do another fact check. The City Council just reduced funding for street maintenance by $1.5 million a year, the exact opposite of their contention. And they had to spend over $3 million correcting the Mace mess because all of ill conceived planning. How is this supporting upgrades to aging infrastructure? The Davis City Council also claims Measure Q helps address homelessness and affordable housing. Let's do one more fact check. First, Measure Q is a general tax, so there are no guarantees how the extra money generated from it will be spent. Second, the county already has social services for the homeless, so city services would be of wasteful duplication at a time when the city is desperately hurting for funding. Third, shoveling $1 million a year into the city's Affordable Housing Trust Fund does virtually nothing to solve the affordable housing crisis because low income housing can cost up to $650,000 per unit. So, how are duplicative services and drop in the bucket funding going to significantly address homelessness and increase affordable housing? And finally, the citizens of Davis have long relied on the Finance and Budget Commission to provide needed oversight of the city's finances. But our city council refused to appoint any new applicants to fill commission vacancies for more than a year. As a result, this critical commission has not met since July of 23, so they never got the chance to weigh in on the need for new taxes or how the proceeds will be spent. What is the city council trying to hide that they didn't want the Finance and Budget Commission nor our citizens to see? For all these reasons, I'm going to vote a resounding no on Measure Q.